Charity has roots in different ancient civilizations and religious traditions. The idea simply is that a person needs help, and it is something that they cannot do for themselves. We acknowledge our own shortcomings, and we recognize those that have helped us along the way, and we think that others are worthy of charity as well. So the concept of charity has ancient origins and has evolved over time. Here is a precise overview of its origin. Charity, in the sense of voluntary giving to help those in need, can be traced back to ancient civilizations. One of the earliest recorded instances of organized charity dates back to ancient Mesopotamia, around 2500 BC. In Mesopotamia, the concept of zakat, or almsgiving, was practiced, and it involved individuals giving a portion of their wealth to support those less fortunate. Similarly, in ancient Egypt, there were practices of providing aid to the poor and vulnerable members of society. The ancient Egyptians had a system of social welfare, including food distribution to those in need. In ancient Greece, the philosopher Plato wrote about the idea of philanthropy, emphasizing the importance of giving charity to create a just society. The roots of charity can also be found in various religious traditions. For example, in Judaism, the concept of tzedakah refers to the moral obligation of giving to those in need, and it has deep historical roots. Early Christianity further promoted the idea of charity as a central virtue. The New Testament includes teachings on helping the poor and needy, with the parable of the Good Samaritan serving as a notable example. During the Roman Empire, charitable activities were organized through associations known as collegia, which collected funds to support various charitable causes, including providing for the burial of the deceased and helping the poor. In summary, charity has ancient origins rooted in the practices of early civilizations, religious traditions, and philosophical teachings. It has evolved over time with different cultures and societies contributing to its development into the concept we recognize today. If we look back at Christian teachings, we can see a lot of principles or a lot of references to charity or Jesus helping those who are poor. But in general, those did not always refer to people that had financial deficits. It was generally those who had some sort of need. Those in need is really kind of what those teachings are focused on. Charity most often takes place in finance, but can occur in many different facets of life. We all have needs and wants that sometimes are not met. So while we may be strong in one area, we may need charity in another area. We can use charity as a way to help one another reach their destination, whatever that might be. Scientific studies show that charity promotes good feelings and good health. Charity does not always mean helping people financially. A lot of times in Christian teachings, it referred to helping those who had some sort of deficit, like in the case of Matthew, who was a tax collector and was cast out because of other social deficits that he had. So it's important for us to remember and think about, as Christians, what we can do to help those in need and how we can continue to support those who have those kinds of deficits.